Staying on Oahu doesn't have to cost you a fortune. Planning your Hawaii vacation can be stressful, especially when prices for hotels seem out of reach. But what if I told you there are budget-friendly options that don't skimp on the location or comfort?
Aloha! Welcome to Hawaii's Best. Here, you'll learn what to know before traveling as we discover Hawaiian culture, local businesses, and the experiences that make Hawaii one of the most incredible places in the world. And now, your host, Bryan Murphy.
This is Hawaii's Best, the podcast that helps you discover the best of Hawaii. I'm Bryan Murphy, your Hawaii travel guide, here to bring you the latest travel tips, news, and insights. On this solo episode, we're talking about the top 5 budget-friendly hotels on Oahu that are perfect for people who want to experience Oahu on a bit of a tighter budget. Now, one of the biggest mistakes people often make is overspending on accommodations. You might think Hawaii means you have to break the bank, but that's not necessarily the case. In fact, I recently ran a poll on our Instagram at hawaiis.best, and over 700 of you voted for this exact topic: how to find the best budget hotels in Hawaii. And today we're talking about Oahu. This might be a series, but Oahu seemed like the most obvious choice because a lot of the budget-friendly hotels are going to be found in Waikiki and some around the island of Oahu. And by the end of this episode, you'll know how to find incredible hotel deals, avoid common pitfalls of booking accommodations, and learn how to stretch your budget so you can spend more on activities, amazing food, supporting local, and unforgettable experiences. This episode is a bit personal for me because I've been there. I have overspent on lodging, and sometimes it's necessary to do it depending on the time of year you are traveling. But after realizing that I barely use some of the amenities I pay for, there's got to be a better way and some other options. So once I figured out how to book a bit smarter, I was able to travel to Hawaii more often, enjoy more activities, and make the most of my trips. But I want to be honest with you and just straightforward that even though these hotels fall on the, quote, cheaper side, prices on Oahu and around the other neighboring islands can vary a lot depending on the season, the time of year. So if you're planning on visiting around the holidays like Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving, summertime, expect to pay higher rates just across the board. That's just the way it is, supply and demand. Your best bet for finding good deals is to book early. And if you can, travel during off season, typically from late September to early November, and I would say mid-February to spring break, usually late March. Around those two periods, you'll find usually the best deals. All right, so let's go ahead and let's go over the top 5 in no particular order, affordable picks for staying on Oahu, plus some more tips that'll help you save even more on your trip. Number 5 is my personal favorite when it comes to budget-friendly hotels on Oahu, so be sure to stay tuned for that.
Number 1.
Let's start with a solid pick in Waikiki. It's the VIVE Hotel. This is a stylish, modern hotel located just a few blocks from the beach. It's great for travelers who want a mix of comfort and affordability. Rooms are around 210 square feet. They're compact, but well-designed. So for couples or solo travelers, this is a fantastic option. And side note, I'm reluctant to give the prices on the hotels because they can swing so much depending on when you're listening to this. But historically, these hotels are priced on the lower side when comparing to the other ones. So as I go through this list, just be aware that you might find some that aren't on this list. And I'm going to do a blog post that's going to include probably about 10 more options, but I can't include that many on the podcast. So I'll be sure to link that blog post in the episode description. Just kind of a side note as we go through the rest of these hotels. I should have done that in the intro, but just figured just throw it in there right now. So just be aware of that. All right, so back to VIVE Hotel. It has a rating of 4.5 out of 5 from around 900 reviews on Google. So it's a great choice. What I love most about VIVE is the value they pack into the stay. So they offer free breakfast, Wi-Fi, and even beach gear like towels and chairs. Those little perks can save you a lot of money and hassle during your trip. Plus, the location is unbeatable. You're in the heart of Waikiki, surrounded by world-class restaurants, shops, entertainment. So for the price and location, it's really hard to beat.
Number 2.
With a 4.2 rating and nearly 900 reviews on Google, the Luana Waikiki Hotel is another great option. It's perfect if you're looking for a touch of that classic Hawaiian vibe. The decor has a retro feel to it. It's got this old, cool-looking car in front of it, and many of the rooms offer partial or full ocean views. What's nice about this hotel is that the rooms are a little bit larger compared to many budget options, with some of the rooms going up to 1,000 square feet, which is great. This hotel has some great amenities too, like a pool, free yoga classes, and a shuttle service to nearby attraction. And if you're into shopping and eating, the location near Ala Moana Mall is great. It's also quieter compared to staying right in the heart of Waikiki, so you get a little more peace, a little more quiet, while still being close to everything that you need.
Number 3.
The Queen Kapi'olani Hotel is a standout for its location. It's just steps from Waikiki, and it's right next to Kapi'olani Park. And if you love hiking, you're super close to Leahi or Diamond Head. So you can easily start your day with a hike there and then hit the beach after to cool off. With over 1,800 reviews on Google, it has a rating of 4.5 out of 5, which is awesome. This hotel has a fun, lively vibe with live music, an on-site restaurant. They also offer free Wi-Fi and breakfast options, which can help you save money during your stay as well. And the rooms are clean, they're comfortable, and often they come with views of the ocean or Diamond Head. So for budget travelers who want to stay close to the beach and to outdoor action, this is a solid choice.
Number 4.
If you're looking for a hotel that's right on the beach, the Aston Waikiki Circle Hotel is a great option. Its unique round shape makes it easy to spot, and the location is really unbeatable. It's literally right across the street from Waikiki Beach. And the rooms are a bit on the smaller side, around 245 square feet, but they're well maintained, and many have ocean views. You can also appreciate some of the free beach gear like umbrellas and chairs, which can save quite a bit of money if you're planning to spend your days at the beach. This hotel is great for anyone who wants to be close to the beach as possible without paying beachfront resort prices. This hotel has a rating of 4.1 from 441 reviews on Google.
Number 5.
And rounding out the list is Shoreline Hotel Waikiki, my personal budget-friendly option. If you're looking for something modern, stylish, but still affordable, this boutique hotel is a great pick. We stayed here a couple years ago, and the room size was great. It's just a short walk from Waikiki Beach and offers clean, comfortable rooms with a fresh, colorful feel and vibe. I will link my podcast interview with Shoreline in the episode description if you want to learn more about them. So with over 900 reviews on Google, it has a rating of 4.1 out of 5. The rooftop pool is a nice bonus, giving you a unique place to relax. They also include free breakfast and Wi-Fi, which adds to the overall value. This hotel is ideal for couples or solo travelers who want a budget-friendly option with a more contemporary feel. That's the Shoreline Hotel in the heart of Waikiki. So as promised, here are some ways to save even more on your stay. No matter which island you're going to, no matter which side of the island that you're going to be staying on, here's some strategies to be aware of. Number 1 is to book early. Hotels in Hawaii tend to fill up quickly, especially the affordable ones. I recommend booking your stay at least 3 to 6 months in advance to secure the best rates. Depending on the time you're going, just be aware 3 months might be a little too soon. So probably that 6 months is a good bet. Number 2, travel off season if you can. The off season from October to November-ish to February, and then from February to March-ish, depending on when spring break is and when people go back to school in September. Those are going to be your best bets to when to find the best deals on hotels. Flights are also typically cheaper during this time. Flights and hotel rooms tend to coincide with each other. So when rates are high for hotel, flights are usually typically higher and vice versa. Sometimes always not, but sometimes, most often, they are. So it's a win-win. You can travel off-season and usually get a cheaper flight. For example, our flight to and from Oahu recently, we traveled in February, was fairly inexpensive. Yeah, the flight out was full, but the flight coming back definitely was not full. So that's to tell you that some of these planes are flying not at capacity, which means you're going to tend to get a better price. Number 3, always compare pricing. Don't just book on the first site you visit. Check multiple platforms like Booking.com, Expedia, and Hotels.com and compare rates and make sure you're getting the best deal, or even Costco Travel if you're a Costco member to, be sure to do that. You can do this. I don't think you need a travel agent. I'm not a travel agent, so don't reach out to me. I'm not going to book your hotel or anything like that. I just want to give you value. Those are the top 3 sites that I always look at: Booking.com, Expedia, Hotels.com, and Costco Travel. You can look at that. You can get some package deals with that too. So that's where I always go. Number 4, look for free perks. Many budget-friendly hotels are going to entice you in. So they'll offer free things like breakfast, parking, or beach gear. These perks can save you money and make your stay more convenient, because at the more high-end resorts, you're going to have to pay a resort fee. You're going to have to probably pay for Wi-Fi and pay for parking or valet. So just be aware that a lot of these budget-friendly hotels include some of those prices into your stay. And number 5 kind of goes with number 2. Be flexible with your dates if you can. If your travel dates are flexible, consider shifting your trip by a day or 2. Midweek stays are usually cheaper than weekends, and you might be able to save quite a bit by adjusting your schedule. I found this true to be when we just rented a car, and it was incredible. We came back on a Wednesday, and it was so much cheaper than coming back on the weekend, like on a Friday. You can be flexible with your dates, then use that to your advantage as well. All right, I know I just picked on a lot with Waikiki, but that's where you're going to find the best budget-friendly hotels on Oahu. But there are a couple options worth noting. One spot being on the west side in Kapolei. It's a growing area with some budget-friendly options compared to Waikiki. One of those being the Residence Inn and Embassy Suites. Both have competitive pricing. I really like Residence Inn. I'll link my podcast interview with them in the show notes as well. I really like them because larger rooms when traveling with family. It's one of the largest budget-friendly options I think I've been able to find. And we like staying on the west side, so we were close to Ko'olina and some of the activities there. The nearest beach is around 5 to 10 minutes. So if you're staying at the Embassy Suites or the Residence Inn, they're right across the street from each other. Your nearest beach is going to be about 5 to 10 minutes. Another spot is in Laie, which is on the North Shore. It's home to Polynesian Culture Center. My family has stayed at the Marriott Courtyard up there, and though it can be a bit more expensive than the others on the list, it's one of the few places to stay on the North Shore that is budget-friendly when comparing to, say, the Ritz-Carlton or Farmley Turtle Bay. So definitely look into some of those options. And as I'm talking and going through this, I've realized I probably need to do another episode about Airbnbs and long-term rentals, because that's a whole other touchy subject happening in Hawaii right now, this past couple years, actually. So just be aware that that is something to look into prior to booking on one of those sites like an Airbnb. So that's too much to cover in this episode. I'll cover that in another episode, but I just wanted to keep the top budget-friendly hotels for staying on Oahu. So whether you're staying in Waikiki or exploring other parts of the island, there are plenty of ways to enjoy Oahu without overspending. For even more details, you can go to the show notes of this episode by simply going to the link in the description, and you'll be able to find everything that we covered there, along with some of the other podcast episodes that I mentioned with Shoreline and with Residence Inn. So thank you so much for your time and for listening. And until next time, be well. Aloha. Real quick, if you've ever gotten any value from the show, please, if you haven't yet, leave us a 5-star review. I get a notification every time that there is a review, and they almost always make my day. And I would really love to hear from you. It really helps myself and it helps our team here at Hawaii's Best.
Mahalo for listening to this episode of Hawaii's Best. To stay up to date on future episodes, please subscribe and visit us at hawaiisbesttravel.com.